Back for more Magic Arena Standard Ranked. Uh, Thanks for checking out the deck list, guys. Another fun one for me. I've been caring a little bit less about the rank and more about just trying to have some decks that are somewhat competitive. As long as you're not a goofball like me and miss obvious plays. Anyway, let's go break her down and have a discussion. So the deck generates a lot of treasures, as you can tell, and it tries to take advantage of casting things early, casting things fast, and then if they're really lucky, a well-placed gold rush. Cacophony Scamp is such a good card, and so deadly if left unchecked. One casting cost 1/1. Whenever it deals damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do proliferate, you never proliferate, very rarely anyway. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. It is fantastic against weenie decks because they don't want to block it and have it die and then kill off something else. It's great for this deck because we have some instant cards that can make it quite big. So though it hit hard, it also then has the option to kill itself and then hit your opponent or whatever target you want. So, and then one of the cards right here is Monstrous Rage. The main reason to have this is for the trample, but it really does work well when you're using with a scamp. So it's one of the more abusive one casting cost red cards right now. One casting cost for a 2/0 until end of turn. Create a monster roll, which puts +1/+1 and trample on it when you attach it to a creature. Big fast. Reckless Lackey. One casting cost for 1/2 first strike haste. Sacrifice it, tapping one red and two other. Draw a card, create a treasure token. It was the create a card, treasure token option that I drew to me about this card. The first strike is very nice also. It can take some people by surprise because when buffed, he now will kill just about anything if they fit right. Not the strongest card, I don't think, but it was useful. There was some times where just the first strike alone made him worth his weight to hang him around. Gold Vein Hydra. X and 1 tree for 0/0 Vigilance Trample Haste. When it enters the battlefield with X counters, +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, create a number of trapped treasure tokens equal to its power. Even a 2/2 version of this can drop 2 treasure tokens, which if you do on turn 3 means your turn 4 could have 6 mana. And 6 mana casts anything in this deck pretty much comfortably. Or in some cases, with a Gold Rush, you pop that out, blow it up, and it leaves anything that's left behind a really big pinch. So, and I found its Vigilance. I mean, Vigilance Trample Haste. It's just ridiculous, right? Doesn't tap to attack and it hits it and it's trample. So if they decide to block it, they're gonna have to commit a lot of creatures to block it. Most times it just gets killed. So, and then you get a lot of treasure, and they don't want to kill it and give you a lot of treasures either. So, Felden Ronum Excavator. 1 red, 1 other for a 2/2 haste. He can't block. When he's dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose one of them. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. A form of card draw for the deck. And also a card that makes people not want to block them, which if you're sitting on creature buffs is ideal because he'll sneak by their defense and then you just make them ginormous. And if not, then you can still make them ginormous to just have it so you can draw more cards if he happens to survive with that buff. Magna the Horde Master. 1 red, 1 other for a 2/2. Whenever you commit a crime, create a tapped treasure token. This ability triggers only once a turn. Sacrifice 3 of them. Create a 4/4 red scorpion creature, dragon creature with flying and haste, activated only as a sorcery. There's sometimes I even forget about her ability to produce these creatures, which only if anything points out to how much powerful she can get. There's a lot of ways again to get treasure tokens in this deck, and her ability will pop off if you use the scamp. If you use Chandra, and there's also one of the reasons why I have some backwoods in here. Giving options to target allows you to make more treasure tokens. Riveteer Requisitioner, probably one of my favorite 2 drops for red. 1 red, 1 other for a 3/1. When it dies, create a treasure token, and the Blitz ability allows it to have haste and draw a card at the end of the turn when it dies. So it's a card right away that's a 3/1, so it can usually scale well if you have to play second. So their card comes out, your second turn you'll produce this. His 3/1 means that he's clearly meant to die. This guy's whole job in this game is to find a way to die, and hopefully take some resource with him, and then produce a treasure token. The theme, right? But his haste ability means that he has haste, the excavator has haste, Hydra has haste. They could be sneaky cards if you're not the opponent's not set up well for it. One of my wins, I think, even drew the requisitioner I needed, and that just ended the game because you use the other ability in for the haste, and then if you happen to have one of these, Gold Rush. I happened to do a draft where I pulled Gold Rush and a locomotive, and I realized combined this produces a lot of treasure tokens, and this can then take advantage of that and make a creature just enormous. And in a couple of my sealed, I had a +20/+20 on it. You don't get that in this deck. You could. I've had a few moments where they do get rather large, but most times the game's over before you get that many treasure tokens. Sometimes you'll want to use this not for any real reason other than to get a little bit extra damage, because it creates a treasure token. So if you use this on turn 2, say you want to use it on a scamp, use it on turn 2, create your treasure token so that your turn 3 you're set up with 4 mana. For whatever reason, if that's the way you want to go. Fight rigging. This just makes creatures bigger and better and really much more difficult to deal with. And in the case of the Hydra and the Scamp, it can make them bigger and more deadly. The Scamp, deals more damage based on its offense, and the Hydra produces more treasure tokens based on its offense. So the digging does great wonders there. And if you're dealing well, it can get you some real goodies, particularly your Planeswalkers. Railway Brawler. 2 green, 3 other for a 5/5 reach trample. Whenever another creature enters battlefield under your control, put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is its power. Plot is for 1 green and 3 others. The plot ability, from what I've been able to experience, is a really good anti-blue option first, because you can stack up your sideboard as long as you're set, and most times blue don't do a whole lot anyway. So these become really good bait cards, and bait cards in a way that they cost 0 once you've played their plot. In the case of this guy, he works well with this deck again because, one, we have a lot of haste creatures if we need them. I've won a game again just because the requisitioner got so beefy. He was able to run right in with haste. Deadly. The reach is nice, but he is never a creature that lives long. So, plan well when you go to use him so you can get more effective use of him. Luxurious Locomotive. 5 cast and cost 6/5. Whenever Locomotive attacks, create a treasure token for each creature that crewed it this turn. Crew 1. Activate only once each turn. So cheap crew. Expensive though. This would be a flex spot for sure. If you wanted to put something else in it, I'd recommend this. There's a lot of ways just to generate more treasure tokens. It turned out to most games just be sit as a defensive Hulk, which wasn't so bad. It was a good way to trigger fight rigging if I needed to, because with a creature I'd activate it and then use the fight rigging. So not a hopeless card, but maybe there's better options out there. Leave a comment if you try this deck and find a better option. Chandra. Oh, I love Chandra. I haven't used her in a while. It was nice to get back to her. So 2 red, 4 other for a 5 loyalty counter. Legendary Planeswalker. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once a turn. Add 2 loyalty counters. Add 2 mana to any combination of colors. Add 1 loyalty counter. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. At the end of your turn, you may cast instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. You don't use that option too often with this deck. And then the last option deals X damage on each of up to 2 targets based on how many loyalty counters you put into it. It often will be used to just let her draw more mana, which puts her up to 7 loyalty counters right away, which makes her difficult to kill. And then use her ability to cast something, because most of the cards in this deck are very cheap. She doesn't need to be used right away, but most times you're going to use it just to use her ability to target and kill problems. And Nissa. There are so many enchantment and artifacts in this game now. The meta is just filled with them. Nissa is a powerful creature, but expensive. You can get her out a lot easier with the amount of treasure tokens you make. But, used wisely, used plentiful when you get a chance. She's almost always producing something good, and many times she'll produce, just based on her first ability, to add a loyalty counter, create an XX green Phyrexian Horror, where X is necessary to send a loyalty count. So if you manage to get her out all the way, she's 7, she'll bring us out 8/8 right away. At her worst, she comes out as a 4, which puts it at a 5/5. Or 3, sorry, and it comes out as a 4/4. So it's a fantastic card, but its second ability, -1, destroy target enchantment or artifact. Oh, Chef's Kiss. So useful. There's a couple of artifact decks that are running around in the meta right now where they make creatures based on artifact casting of 3 or less, I do believe. Yeah, they don't like this card. And its last ability to give +1/+1 for each force you control and gain trample. You're not going to get a whole lot of +1/+1 counters because there's not as many forests to really take advantage, but trample is a very nice ability to give some very big, hungry creatures. Mountains 3, Crucible of Defiance 1, Who Endures 1, Forest 6, Bristling Backwoods, mostly for the Horde Master, so that when you target, the Horde Master will generate a treasure token. Carplusian Forest 4, Rockfall Vale, and I had to pull one of these in the deck, and I figured I'd try and give it a use. I didn't get a lot of use out of it, but I can see a situation where if you're sitting on a lot of treasure tokens, this thing can go through a lot of cards and help you get to what you need fast. And it's from that set that you can't buy packs for, so that's, it'd be incredible, but because they're all mythics, the whole set's mythic. Anyway, that's the deck, guys. It's fun. Don't hang too much on it dominating, because there's some situations where you just can't get around it. There doesn't a whole lot of creature kill, so they're not throwing their creatures in front of yours, for example. Then you're in a race. But it does recover well. Its haste can take a lot of people by surprise. So, thanks for hanging out and listening. Enjoy the video, enjoy the games, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Later. Hello, once again. Thanks for joining us for another match of Magic Arena. Enough land and some good early casts. We shall keep. Storyteller 120. Let's get ourselves some requisitioning. A lot of blue-white. A lot of people who don't want to make choices in life. They just want you to sit back. Well, let's bring a second one then. Yeah, you can't have me going crazy now. What more do you have? Here we go. just going to make him gone, eh? Well, away he goes. That is very aggressive. You must have a lot in your hand. You get up in that magic 4 and 5. Time for their blue-white board clears they all sit on. Chip, chip, chip. Deluge. Finding his cards. Deep in the tank storyteller, eh? What story are you trying to tell? You have such a wealth of options. There we go. Well, who knew that was coming? 5's the number. Let's try. Do we have man lands over here? No, we do not. Let's just get rid of a resource. He has no response. Interesting. I guess we'll put the brawler out. Cacophony Scamp. Look at us building up a option board for Storyteller for 120. Goodbye. Token creature. Blue white. Can never call them for their manic decision making. Yikes. All that land's going to his head. Give him so many options. The Emperor had to make an appearance. He wants that Animus dead badly.
Remember your training.
And this is how he gets it. I'd like to get the Hydra out there just so I can get rid of the Emperor. Yep. Might have it unsummon. Oh, come on, storyteller. You're making this needlessly longer than it has to be. Even using the timeout. Doesn't like being pushed around, apparently. Control, control, control. Well then, in celebration of your lack of timeouts, I'm now gonna have a drink of water. Oh wow, look at you with the assertive decision-making process. Well, we're both gonna do it. I can't take a chance you unsummon one. I need to hit the Emperor. Oh my gosh, storyteller. Well, at least you're living up to the deck type. That high octane, fast paced, breakneck speed of blue-white. Counter everything that gets near me. Destroy everything else that makes it through. Wipe the board out when things get messy. And long, long time to think about things. The one mana is what's getting me. You only have one mana, man. See, that's why I thought. That's why I spread the tokens. Yeah, end turn it is. What'd you throw? Oh, you threw away an Emperor. That's gross.
We must protect the people.
That's pretty gross. Right? It's a Horde Master. Who cares? We gotta go in for some more, though. He lets the Emperor go.
Until next time, then.
Well, then, I guess that is what you just did. I hit 3 Emperors. Wow.
I am the Emperor.
That's some nice drawing.
And I will protect my
Goodbye,
people.
scamp. Hello, pain.
You are not much of a roadblock.
I guess he's torn between what he should be casting and not, right?
We've got the edge in this fight.
Do I get to keep my creature, or are you going to use that counterspell you got? And it's still coming in. Not a good spot to be in, though, is it? All I can do is the 6. And does he have another counterspell is what it comes down to, right?
Our strength multiplies.
If he kills a creature, the game's over. If I manage to get the thing out, I at least have some hope But then again, he could just board clear everything. I am in a better spot if he does, though. Or maybe Storyteller will live up to his acumen of pondering. Sitting on the old melon on mulling these things over. 4 mana, 1 card in your hand, and only one thing you can do. Oh, well, thank you. Does he get to live? No. No, you're staying. What do you have?
I have got new moves to teach you.
Yeah, it's a problem. Just making sure. So what are we going to attack with? I guess those two. Destroy all creatures. Just gone. Instant destroy all creatures. That's pretty gross.
To me.
Right? Can't be the only one thinking that. On you go. Instant Wrath of God. That set brought out some crazy powerful cards. 6 mana to do it. It's expensive. But before the end of your turn, Wrath of God. Oof.
Remember your
That's going to leave some problems. He really wants that card to be able to kill my creature. He's so close to finishing me. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Ha! Oh, Storyteller, I don't think you would have did that had you seen what I had in my hand. Well, a blue-white deck in the pocket from Patience. I owe Patience the blue-white deck. Go figure. Thanks for checking it out, guys, and we'll catch us on the next match. See you soon. Hello. Thanks for joining us for some more Magic Arena. Ranked best of 1. I will work with this. Looks alright. Only because I want the Veil on turn 3. And I want the Riveteers out next turn. The Lackey can hit the board running, so I'm not worried about him as much. There we go. Requisitioner. Sakage. Sakage. I'm not sure if the E would be pronounced or not. Do we go for 1 more mana potential? Or do we let him try and smoke it? Goldbane Hydra. Oh, you're playing that. Tap to be boring. The meta almost makes you want to go that direction though. Like there's such a huge variety of decks out there now. The safety of blue-white is enticing to many. I remember when I've entered many tournaments back in the Power 9 days, I would run to the Weissmuller decks like crazy. Sit behind a nice blue-white wall of moat and all the other zap goodies that came with it. Oof. One of my friends, and I hope this makes this, and I have to win in order for the story to make it because I don't really post my losses. He went to one of the Pro Tours, New York I think it was. Him and a friend of mine, both of them were good friends of mine. They did alright, but he was facing one person that at the time cast Time Walk, and which, you know, that in itself is bad news. But then he forks it or something, and he duplicated it, and he put down a dice that said, "Alright, so this indicates my first turn." And my friend said as soon as he said that, I knew I was in so much trouble. He brings out a dice to start counting the amount of turns extra he's going to get. Yeah, that's some good times. But I can see why they don't put that stuff out. It's so... they're just cards you have to have. Everybody has to play. Especially in today. If you had the Power 9 today, guaranteed those are cards you have to start the game with. Every time. Everybody had to have to play with them. It does make the game quite limiting in a way. Like everybody's going to play with your mana drains, everybody's going to play with your moxes, everybody's going to play with the cards that you dream about. But if everybody's dreaming it, everybody's got to have the dream. Everybody's playing with the Library of Alexandria. Everybody's playing with your Time Walks, Time Twisters, Wheel of Fortune. What was that? Oh, Wheel of Fortune was pretty good too. Is there anything I can do with that? No. Trying to whittle him down, make him do something. Right now the lackeys are just putting enough pressure on. If he makes one little mistake, one monstrous rage ends the game. Oh, well then, or you do this. And he still keeps his draw card, so that's fine. We're going to draw an extra card ourselves. Might as well get something out of it. Thank you, line draw. And exit. Those things are expensive, eh, bud? So he's going to try and counter whatever I put that's a threat to him this turn. I need to get maybe the Nissa out for a distraction. But he's probably sitting on a few extra cards, right? So if I put... well, let's see, maybe he'll bite and counter the Brawler anyway. If he counters the Brawler, game's over. So he's still saving it. Well, that's not so bad. We'll go with this guy with 2 marks off. 2 loyalty counters down. Yeah, they produce mana. 3. Sad. Well, we knew we had the counter. We're trying to save for the Hydra to finish the attack. Do I try that? Put the Scamp down and then Rage if he decides to blow it up. It wouldn't be enough. Oh, but it would be if I dropped him with what? Because he'll get +1, right? Do I? Why not? It'll force him into something next turn when I try and do the Hydra. Puts more pressure on him. Thank you, Sai. Oh, nice cage. It's, of course, Sunfall. You gotta remove everything from the game, right? And still keep his counterspell option. So boring. Picky. Alright, guess we wait again. Captain Awesome Pants. But he won't tap out. He's in his home now. Blue-white for the win, right? 4 is still 20. Would he let that come out though? The Locomotive's an interesting card too. Gets around his board clears. Still so expensive. And it doesn't really give me many options outside of then just dropping the Brawler. Let's try. Wish we had more land. Our 6 to his 8 gives him also counterspell advantage. No, he took it. Or allowed it, sorry. Then I guess we wait. Yeah, dude, I'm good. Pass. Well, in a way, at least he respects my ability to stay away from his extra cost spells. Come on over, roller. So keeping something for blocking implies an intimidation for what I could counter back with. The fact that he has creatures down also tells me that he's concerned about any... Now that's juicy. He's also concerned about... Or not concerned about board clearing, because he doesn't want board clear now. He's got 3 creatures out there for blue-white control. That's a commitment. Really? You thinking about my Brawler? No, he's not. So if I bring out the Hydra for... See, he's probably also still got... Well, it's just options on options, I guess. He has everything untapped. He has counter spells, emperors, creature kills. Let's get... For 3? No, for 2. No, we can do 3. Well, what do you have now in return? Interesting. Emperor and kill card coming up.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. You're done.
Now I'd like to see him activate his manland to defend as a desperation, but no, he doesn't. So, what do you have, dude? Heartbreaker coming up. There's a load of countering, eh? Loaded countering. Yep, had to see that coming. Well, it's low enough that hopefully Chandra can finish him. He has to be worried about my haste, so he's getting rid of the Emperor.
Then let your blade do the talking.
So... how do you feel about this bait card? Let's run! Please use your last card, and Chandra comes out safe. There we go. Game's over. I don't care. And that is G.
You have no idea who you're messing with.
Whew.
Let's go
All
out with
about
a
holding your
bang.
breath longer than blue-white can. And you really gotta out-resource them all the time. Thanks for hanging in and watching, guys. Check out the next match coming right up. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back for more Magic Arena. Standard ranked best of 1. Not a terrible start. Get our run on and running first. And blue-white again. Maybe. Always the concern. And that doesn't help anything. So what has he got over there? Well, let's attack first. Sunman XD. Yeah, blue-white. Oh, Jace. That's original.
For the sake of pirates,
Yeah, don't hold
I
my
will keep
guy around.
our plans are beyond.
Well, I have other ways to deal with you. Get you out of here before you're a nuisance. Bringing on that board clear, one card at a time. Bringing on that Emperor, hotcha fast. Yeah, vigilance, right? Messing with you. Then you can't cast the Emperor. He's just doing that. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be doing. How do we want to go about this? He definitely didn't play what I thought he would. What kind of blue-white are you? I think we dropped the requisition. No, let's drop another hide. See, I don't want him to board clear me out of here. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. Right now I'm thinking how we can possibly finish this guy off next turn. If he taps out. Not a very good blue-white deck if he taps out though. Interesting. Sure. I don't mind that payoff. I will decline. Dude, I could have found a way for him to die faster. Well, there we go. We should be able to finish him off next turn with what we have down here now. Unless he's going to counter things, right? Because that's always the way with these decks. That's not going to help you. I think you're against the wall, Sunman XD. Oh, it is the kind of deck you are. Well, now you're a dead deck. Well, that was... Maybe sometimes the shadows are scarier than what the things actually are, right? You prepare for the worst and then you just have an easy time with things. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you guys in the next match. Have a good one. Magic Arena Standard Rank Best of 1. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Time for some more. Oh, I need that, but we're gonna keep the hand. Time for some more ranked action for Magic Arena. I wish it didn't have to do that. Works better with Horde Master being able to take advantage of it, but we need the red mana. Oh, ha 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 ha. Bring out our creature card destruction absorption. Here he goes. That's a neat card. Hello, Sewer King. Gives it to me in spades. Well, we'll go this way for now. Hello, Shieldred. My life just got much more complicated. Do I want to take him out? No, let it hit for now. First hit's usually free. You know, unless it's crazy. 1, 2. In we go. Goodbye, fair captain. But worth it. Indeed. We now have all the mana we need. Eat it up. Bye, Hydra. You served well, though. Just sense more pain coming, but we're going to need some serious defense to protect Nissa, I think. So 10 mana max, I can do both. Don't really want to lose more damage. He's way ahead there already. Please eat it all up. Have a big turn before he can cast stuff. Another one, right? The brawler would be nice. I think we'll go that way. Just gonna start making things big and thumpy. And we sit. The Preacher will let hit. I don't care about 2 points. If he tries to attack with anything else, though, I'm gonna block the ever-loving daylights out of him. I know, right? So unnecessarily large. He has to be eaten. That's what they're for, right?
You will rot in the ground.
Oh, that's so nice. So very nice.
Stopping tyrants like you is kind of my thing.
Get those things out of the way now. Threats neutralized.
I never fight alone.
We want to set them up so that the next turn is the kill turn. We weren't going to finish them this turn anyway. No point overcommitting and maybe losing Chandra. She still could be very useful. And too useful for his liking. There's one more. Thanks for checking us out. Catch us on the next one. See you soon. Hello. Time for some more Magic Arena standard rank best of 1. Not a whole lot of creatures early. That's a little better. What do we toss? I think the Gold Rush action. No, we'll do the Cacophony one. I like keeping those though. They're very versatile. Makes a lot of people pause when they have creatures of their own. Bright green glue. You know what I mean. Over we go. Or are you large? Reach and trample, eh? Funny thing is, I could have him survive, but instead I'll just hit him for 3. I suppose he wouldn't have survived. He just hit this guy really hard. Like that. Even that wasn't so bad. See what I mean? Like, that one creature does so much. Goodbye forever. Say hello to his replacement. Back for more. Hopefully nice final stroke stuff coming. Swift like. Tab out with something that doesn't affect the board. That's not that. He is tapped though, I do like that. Well, for how long, right? And he's not gonna like it, that's for sure. Will he shoot it and kill it? Put a lot in there. It worked. Run, Forest. Get ourselves some defense.
Phyrexia must be nurtured.
What you got going? More spiders, eh? I think you know this means curtains, right? Oh my gosh, in so many ways.
Crush them underfoot.
Just not a good scene.
Time to light up the darkness.
Well, that got out of control quickly. And that is the potential, right? Let's go for one more. Talk to you guys soon. See yas. Standard ranked best of one. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Mike times 10. That is a poor start to a hand. You are very quick to say hello, sir. We're gonna go this way. We really are. I don't want to. We'll go this way to get the aggression out, and then we'll get to say hello finally. You're very quick to say hello there, Mike times 10. You have your act together. I like that. I too like to put pressure. Surge engine, eh? Surging. We're gonna give our reckless lackey the benefit of the fight rigging once Mike times 10 decides his life choices. Yep, brawler it is. Because the engine is just a unblockable machine anyway, there's no point in holding back. Let's just put our foot down and try and race. Yeah, that's right. Take Defender away from him now. And unblockable. It's a good card. Man intensive up front. But it definitely leaves a mark. Nothing doing there. Just gotta keep pumping. And hope we pick up a nice haste card. Unless they discard a card while discarding a card, of course. And you have to sit still or I'm gonna kill you. There you go, you're done. In we go. Get them before they get set up. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, guys, hit that subscribe button. You know, comment if you happen to have any ideas yourselves. The new set came out with just a ton of cards, and then that mythic set, which is ridiculous. Just been draining my mythic wild cards. I actually done some draft just trying to find some more of these cards. So anyway, thanks for checking everything out, guys. You guys have a good one. Later.